Hello and welcome to another update video about Coti. Coti, I just want to make you aware that we are pretty much at a key tipping point here. We're getting very close to it. In yesterday's video, I showed you this descending trend line, which together with the horizontal support that we pretty much have here at around 49 cents creates something like a descending triangle. And I talked about the potential of Coti going down further in the short term, not in the long term. I'm long-term bullish on Coti, but I can only tell you what I see here in the charts, and we're getting very close to a tipping point. As you know, probably descending triangle is rather bearish. It shows you lower highs, and normally a horizontal support line, which is here. It's that zone here in yellow, and yeah, we're getting closer here. And since yesterday we've dropped further, and we are getting to a tipping point, because if we are losing that level here, and again you can see, because it is so volatile, this cryptocurrency, you have to talk about price zones. You can't just highlight one particular level here. This is such a highly volatile cryptocurrency, you can see it, and that's why I mentioned a zone here. So if we lose that level here, I mean, you can see the closing bodies, they are pretty much at around 49 cents. So if you really drop below these, and we can then, I think, drop very easily to the 50-day moving average, which is that blue line here. So we have been trading above the 50-day moving average for a while now. Actually, we've been trading above the 50-day since the 2nd of August. And I think somewhere here I made my first Coti video where it was around 13 cents. Now it might have been here, but somewhere here. And then we broke above the 50-day moving average. Since then we've been trading above it. Should we really break below it, that could be quite a bearish signal. We could then drop straight away to this ascending trend line here, which is currently sitting at around 35 cents. Yeah, and I always advise you, when these things happen, people get very emotional, get frustrated, but always see it as an opportunity as well, because every pullback to a trend line like that can be a really good trade entry potentially. I'm not saying when you hit it, go into the trade. No, but if you can see it then turning around down here, and you can see some buy signals flashing, and maybe then crossing above a key resistance level again, now that would be when I want to go in and buy some more Coti. Long term, I'm extremely bullish. I own Coti. I talked about when I bought Coti, made you aware usually when I bought Coti, especially the private Telegram group. I made them aware when I last bought Coti. And I don't mind dollar cost averaging in, because in the end, crypto markets are still very first of all volatile, but also unpredictable. So at any point we could break to the upside here as well, just because we see a descending triangle, which is more likely to break to the downside. It doesn't mean, it's not guaranteed that it really breaks to the downside, but as always, these lines help us define breakout points. And as a breakout trader that I am, I like to trade these breakouts, because they can be very reliable. And so we're currently still above the 50 line here on the RSI, which could potentially provide some support here as well. And if that provides support, well, then what could happen is that we push up once more. But just want to make you aware that we are really getting here to a key tipping point. Now, my trend indicator here on TradingView is showing me currently that we are here on the daily in a range market, right? On the daily, we are in a range market. As a trend trader that I am as well, I like to ride trends. I don't like to trade sideways movements. I wouldn't go in at the moment. We are in a sideways movement. It shows me here the gray background. Down here in the momentum study, it shows me a gray background as well. When both of them are gray, it clearly means we are in a sideways move. However, on the hourly, it actually shows me a downtrend. You can see it here. We have a red background. Yeah, it looks a bit gray maybe on the screen, but you have gray here. We had green here. Now we have red. Down here on the momentum, we don't have red. So it is still not very clear. Normally, to have a really strong downtrend, you have red here and you have red down here in the momentum study. So at the moment, a little bit indecisive here. There you go. On the 4 hour, for example, we have a downtrend. So the way this indicator works, actually, you have the background here, it changes the color. So when this one gets red, for example, here on the chart, gives me a first heads up that we're heading down. Yeah, and then when you get the momentum turning red as well, then you normally, for example, here I would, you know, it would be a short signal. And then you would stay in that trade until it goes gray again in the background. But overall, I don't see any kind of uptrend here forming at the moment. I'll make you aware when that happens in the next video. At the moment, it just shows we're going down. We're heading down, the momentum hasn't changed. The downward momentum hasn't changed, certainly. And that is why at the moment I wouldn't go long here. You know, we haven't formed a bottom here. If we have, then I'll make you aware when I have time to do a video, as soon as possible, of course. You know that I always try to provide you with updates on time. And what you need to be aware of when such a turning point happens and we start to move up, people start to FOMO in, yes, but very, very popular and experienced, and some of the best traders in the world have said you don't go in too early. So you try, you know, when you have a turning point, I think they said the first eighth of a trade is the most expensive one, but that is the highest risk. So when you have a turning point, that could be at any point, it could reverse. But after that, this is the safest area, right? So you don't want to get out too late and you don't want to get in too early. You try to ride the trend in a safe way. That's basically what I adhere to, and it works really well. So just because we see a turning point, there is always opportunity, not always, but you try to get in not too early, because that can be potentially dangerous. It could be a fake out or something. Yeah, at the moment we're just heading down at the moment, and I continue to track it, getting to that tipping point of the 50-day moving average now. And at the moment, unfortunately, we are in this descending triangle within which we have been trading now actually since the 29th of September, pretty much. Oops, and I think that is also when I made my video where I said that I actually took some profits out, somewhere here at 56 cents or whatever it was, or even a bit higher. I can't remember, to be honest, but somewhere down here I bought some more as well at around 50, just to dollar cost average in as well, because it's holding fairly well, to be honest. But yeah, it will get its time again. It will go up again. Just could be that we short term head down a little bit more before we then continue our move up, because we are still in the bull run, and I expect further price increases towards the end of the year anyway in the next few months. But short term, it's just good, you know, be prepared for a little bit of volatility anyway, and then for potential further price decreases. And I'm going to continue to track it until the direction changes. Then I will let you know. All right, so hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please smash the like button and, you know, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.